This week's golf tip of the week, we are greenside and we are talking about club selection on your chip shots and your pitch shots. Now, how do we know what club to use when we're in certain situations or we're faced with different lies on the course? Basically, there's one good rule of thumb to go by. But before I get to that, I want to show you the shot that I have here, left to the green. My ball ended up about 10 to 15 yards short of the green. It's in the fairway. I have nothing but fairway between my ball and the green, and the pin is only 15 feet on the green, so it's very much a front pin. When it comes to selecting the correct club for this shot, or any shot for that matter, is that we want to select a club that produces the best results, but we want to select a club that produces the most confidence. The more confident you are over a shot, the better results you're going to have. So the good rule of thumb for today is to remember that a low shot equals low risk, a high shot equals high risk. And what I mean by that is a shot that spends more time on the ground than it does in the air, you're going to have better results with that shot. A shot that spends more time in the air than it does on the ground, it's higher risk. You're not going to have as good of a shot as producing the results that you want. And the reason is that a shot that spends more time on the ground than it does in the air usually results in selecting a lower lofted club. So instead of selecting a sand wedge for this shot, I selected a 9-iron. So I know that the ball is going to come out lower, and I know that the ball is going to come out with more roll, more run to it. So I do not have to swing this club as far back and as far through versus a sand wedge. If I were to select a sand wedge for this shot, I'd have to swing it farther back and farther through. And remember, the longer the swing you have, the greater chance for an error to happen in your swing. So by going from a sand wedge down to a 9-iron, I've tightened up my swing a little bit, and I've just decreased the chance for an error to happen. So, and also, I should say also that when you select a club that has less loft and produces a smaller swing, you're going to have a better chance of hitting the center of the face more often than you would if you were to select a club with higher loft that produces a longer swing. So the more that you hit the center of the face, the better judgment you're going to have on distance control, and the better feel and the better touch you're going to have around the greens. Okay, so just remember, low shot equals low risk, high shot equals high risk. In this case, I'm going with the low shot because I have no rough in front of me, no rough between my ball and the green, and I have no bunkers that I have to carry. Now, if I had rough between the ball and the green, or if I had a bunker there that I had to carry, I'm forced to hit a high shot. Okay, that's going to happen. So for this shot, I selected a 9-iron, and I'm just going to go ahead and try to play a little bump and run shot and just try to run it right up to the pin. We'll see what happens. Okay, not too bad, pretty good. So I was going to also mention that when you select a club that has little loft versus a club that has a lot of loft, you can get away with mishitting it a little bit and still end up with a reasonable result. You don't have to be so precise. Okay, so the next time you're out, you find yourself into a situation where you don't quite know what to do, just remember, low shot equals low risk, high shot equals high risk. Try to get that ball rolling on the ground as soon as possible. Like I said, some situations you're going to be forced to carry a hazard or forced to carry some rough, but for the most part, get it rolling. You're going to find yourself with better distance control, better touch, better feel. You're going to hit those chip shots closer to the cup, and you're definitely going to lower your scores.